Okay, the scope of the work is going to be right here, because this right about in here is where that channel is, and it actually is walled in. Then I'm going to just come forward doing just the rocker and the underneath of the rocker and underneath of the floor pan. I don't need to do anything on the door. It's looking pretty good, and that's going to be a whole nother segment working on the door. So they'll just kind of come over here and then work this area. Focus on that rocker, get it done really good. I want to strip everything that I have on here off and just redo it. I think I'm going to just come back and coat it with the rust encapsulator and then just go ahead and seal that off, and I'm done with that. That way it's coated all the way around, inside, outside, the inside of the frame, the outside of the frame. Everything is coated real good. So that's what we're going to be working on right now, just tackling that right there, which is that should be a pretty good weekend, if not throughout the week work. Okay, looking on the inside of the rocker panel here. So of course there's rust in here. It needs to be redone, right? I got the grommets out, and I keep them that way I know what size goes back in there and go to the body shop supply. Oh, look at that. Looks like the factory drilled they drill a hole in their own sweat, or drill 2 holes, right? See, look at that. This is where it becomes a Ramcharger instead of a half-ton pickup. Basically right here is on the chassis segment right in here. You see this weld, and it goes all the way, you know, it's up in here, comes down there, and then they're welding these pieces on. All right. Anyways, we can almost see in there. Have the light up here. I don't know if we can get in there or not, because for the lens and the light, they have to be in the same location, but it's going to be hard to see up in there. But yeah, I can get a light in there and look. I see rust back up in there and dirt. So, I mean, that's expected, right? Because all these little seams in here, water can drip up in there, and of course there's water down in there from when I washed it. So all that, I want to try to get all that sealed up and do the internal frame coating. Oh, hello there. I'm just finishing up getting some of these edges knocked down a little bit, get the paint off of there, and just doing a good scuff on it. And that way it's the rust encapsulator is going to have a good bite. The next thing I want to do once I get done with this is just do a soapy water clean over it. That'll get all the big stuff off, hose it off real good, come back with paint thinner and do the same thing, and wipe that down and hose it off real good, you know, with air. And then after that, I'll do the super prep I like to use, and the outside will be ready to go. The inside I still need to come in and do the brake clean on the inside and hose all of it down real good. And I should be good after that. Do the internal frame coating, and then just do the rust encapsulator all in one setting and let it cure up and get ready for. I'll do a little paint on the outside of this just to give it the UV protection and everything. No, I may leave it like that, or I may come back, and I think it'll look really cool having the bed liner below this belt line right here. Just do the bed liner all the way down. I think that'd look really cool. And I probably got out of frame on that one. But anyways, it'll be all right. Okay, there we are. I just went over it with that gloss black paint, the Van Sickle stuff, just to have a UV covering on there for now. I'm going to go back with gloss black anyway, so that'll do it for now. And yeah, I haven't cleaned up my my mess yet. Yeah, but that got it done. Like I said, I just went through, and I'm going to cover some things here in a minute once I get cleaned up. I'm going to cover a couple, kind of end this out, and some of the things that I think that I could do a little better on using this product. Alright, got that part done. A couple little things I want to go over though. I used the cheap foam brushes to put that on, and well, the first thing I don't like about that, the cheap foam brush comes apart, so yeah, no kidding, right? I wasn't able to get quite as much done, and one of the reasons it's come apart is because it's pretty thick and just real sticky, right? So the next thing I want to do is figure out where I got these brushes, which is the bristle brush, but it's the plastic instead of the hair ones. So I'm not worried about brushing on and the little hairs come off and get in it and everything, right? Don't want to do that. I also have the foam rollers that I've had very good success rolling that Van Sickle oil-based primer on as well. So I'm going to play around with a couple techniques on the next area I'm working on and see what I come up with and what works a little better. The other thing about the foam brush, when I brushed it on, it got real thick in some areas, and then I had like where the corners hit, right? It just real thin in some areas, and then by the time I try to get it all even and everything, is like thick and half, a little bit of run marks or whatever down there. So I'm not too happy about that aspect of it. But down there on the rocker, it's not a big deal because I think I'm going to do like a Raptor liner down on below that belt line. Do a Raptor liner as like a chip guard down the edge anyway, so not really going to matter. But that's what I have messing with this product. Like I said, I'm still learning it and trying to figure out what tools I need to do pretty good. Spraying it's also an option, but that aerates it and it leaves the gun really messy, and that's some pretty nasty stuff. So yeah, I got a mask, but I don't like spraying it unless I really have to. All right, well, that'll tidy this one up, and I'll see you next time on Broken Tool Garage.